feel your body as I'm lying in my bed. Too much confusion going round through my head, and it's making me so angry to know that the flame still burns. Lord, why can't I get over? And when will I ever learn? Oh, Lord, leave me alone. Oh, Lord, just go on home. Hey, great to see you and welcome back to another lesson, and thanks very much indeed for joining me for this one. So there you heard my rendition of a song by Eric Clapton, and it's kind of inspired from the unplugged version of the song of Old Love. And this is a really nice one to have a go at if you haven't tried it before. There's a few kind of unusual chords in the song. It's got a little bit of everything. It's got a little lick, it's got a nice verse and a chorus, and a nice rhythm as well. So there's some nice right hand going on. So there's quite a few different elements that are well worth taking a look at, right? So without further ado, let's dive in and let's get started with this one. Okay, so the song opens with this little intro lick, kind of runs through the song, and it sounds like this. Okay, one more time. All right, now we start out on the 6th string and we play it open, and then we hammer on to the 3rd fret 6th string. Then we play the 5th string and we play it open, and then we hammer on and pull off like this. Okay? And then we go back to the 6th string and we play that on the 3rd fret again, and then we play an open 5th. And if you put that all together and you play it very, very slowly, you should have. Okay, one more time, just so you can see that. Okay, so it's well worth just taking a little bit of time, you know, and if this is something that you're keen to learn, just practice it for 5 minutes each time you kind of try and have a go at the song, and you'll be very surprised at how quickly that comes along. Now, moving on, once we've played that lick 4 times, we're into our first verse. And the nice kind of thing about this song is that once you've learnt a verse and a chorus, then it just repeats that and goes round and round, a verse and a chorus, okay? So I'm going to show you 2 alternative ways of playing both the verses and the choruses. So let's start out with the verses, okay? Now, first of all, let me show you what I was playing, which is an A minor 7, which is this chord, all right? So I'm barring all those strings on the 5th fret, and I'm just using my ring finger on the 7th fret, 5th string. That's our first chord, and from that we go to a D minor 7, which we stay with our bar on that 5th fret, okay? Now we can drop it down if we want to, so we're just barring the bottom 5 strings, and then we're going to place our middle finger on the 2nd string of the 6th fret, and then our ring finger on the 4th string of the 7th fret, and we're just going to play from the 5th string downwards like so. Okay, so if you put those 2 chords together, you've got okay, and then we go to our 3rd chord, which is a G7 sus4, and it sounds like this. Okay, and essentially what we're doing is we're just barring all the strings on the 3rd fret, and we're just playing the 5th and the 3rd on the 5th fret. Our fourth chord is a G major. Alright, and I'm sure you know what a G major is, but for those of you who don't, we're going to bar all those strings on the 3rd fret. Our middle finger is going to play the 3rd string on the 4th fret, and our ring finger and our little finger are going to play the 4th and 5th strings on the 5th fret. And we have a G major. So if you put all of those 4 chords together, you will have okay, and that's how they sound together. And then if you add the intro lick to those chords, you should have okay, so that's what you have for the intro. You have that lick with the chords, but when you come into the verse, you don't have the lick and you just have the chords. Okay, so you may need to practice those chords so you get the transitions nice. That's what makes a lot of these things sound nice, when the transitions are nice and smooth and the right hand is working well with those transitions. Now then, another way that we can play this verse, and this is how it's transcribed in the actual book of the Unplugged album, which I bought many years ago. Rather than the A minor 7, it plays like an A minor. Okay, so it plays like this kind of A minor. Alright, so that's just barring the bottom 3 strings on the 5th fret, and then using our ring finger on the 7th fret, 4th string. Alright, so you go. Alright, so in other words, you just got that very, like a half A minor, I call it, yeah, because there's no bass going on with it. Alright, so this is an alternative if you prefer it. You got that A minor there, and then what you're going to do for the D minor 7 is just simply put it on the 6th fret, 2nd string. Okay, and then you just, the G7 sus4 doesn't change, or the G, so you got okay. Now I prefer it with the bass, which was the first time, right? So what I'll do now is I'll show you once my way with the bass and then once with that new way. All right, so my way would be and the other way. Okay, so once you've got those verses down, it plays that section 4 times, right? Before we go into, let's say, the chorus. So let me show you what I mean, right? So we've got this. I can feel your body. That's 1. As I'm lying in my bed. 2. Too much confusion. Going round through my head. Right, now at this stage we go into the chorus and we go to an F chord. Okay, now again there are 2 ways that you can play the chorus as well, right? So at the stage where we come into the F, right, where we broke off, I'm going to show you the way I played it and then I'll show you the way it kind of is on the CD, right, just in case you want to play along with that. So what we've got is we go into this F, like I say, and it's making me so angry. So F to E, and then we go up to this A minor here. To know that the flame still burns, that's this section. And what we play here is we play an A minor, an A minor with a major 7, which is that chord, and then an A minor 7, and then an A minor 6. Okay, and all we're really doing here is we're dropping this bass on the 4th string, 7, 6, 5, 4, whilst all the time holding these bottom 3 strings on the 5th fret. So in other words, chord number 1, A minor. Then we drop the bass down, so now we're on the 4th string, 6th fret. It's an A minor, major 7. Then we drop the bass again and we're just playing the bottom 4 strings of the 5th fret. And then again we drop the bass, so the index finger is now on the 4th string, 4th fret, whilst the middle finger is barring the bottom 3 strings of the 5th fret. Okay, then we go back to the F chord. Why can't I ever get over to A, back to F? When will I ever learn? And then we have this chord, which is really nice. Alright, and all we're doing here is we're using our index finger on the 6th fret, 4th string. Middle finger and ring finger are on the 7th fret, 3rd and 5th strings. And our little finger is playing the 2nd string of the 8th fret. And we play like so. Alright, so that's the way I played it. So now let me show you a slightly different way of playing it, which Clapton plays on the unplugged version. It's very, very similar. The only difference is that he substitutes some of the E's that I play with an E7. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. So we've got this, and it's making me. Now this is where I go to an E. He goes to an E7. So angry. So he plays kind of 2 on an E7, all right, so that's just an E shape with your little finger on that 3rd fret 2nd string, and then off. To know that the flame still burns, that all stays the same. Why can't I ever get over? E7 again, back to F. When will I ever learn? So as you can see, they're very, very similar. The only difference is that I play an E, he puts in the odd E7, all right? And you know, essentially, that covers everything within the song. As I say, at that stage, it's just about knowing the arrangement, all right? Which, as I say, will be down below in the PDF. Now, one thing that makes all of these things work is nice smooth transitions between the chords and a good right hand technique. Okay, so let me just show you a couple of little ideas for the strumming and how that works. I'm not going to go into the down, up, down, down, because I don't do that. I want you to feel your way into this. I want you to be independent about your strumming and not reliant upon, you know, is it down, is it up, is it this, is it that. I want you to feel these things if you possibly can. It's, you know, all about making it your own and believing in yourself, because you can do all of this stuff. All right, so we've got the intro lick, as we've said. Now what you're looking for when you come into the verse is just a, okay, so it's just a little short strum on the A minor 7 or the A minor into the D minor 7. So we're looking, when we go to the G7 sus 4 to the G, it's like a, like this type of thing. Now there's a lot of dampening going on, and that's a difficult thing to teach. So I'm kind of stopping the sound, you know, here and there to give it those dynamics. And again, this is stuff you can do yourself as well, right? So let's just look at the kind of verse initially. So we've got this. See, it's got this feel. So that's the kind of feel you're trying to get. And if I was to play it very, very slow, then you would have. So that will be a great starting point for the verses, and then when you come to do the choruses, you're looking for a So if you can aim for something along those lines, it doesn't have to be like mine, remember, it is all about making it your own. And obviously try and enjoy the journey as you go along, because if you do, then you're much more likely to continue on and on and on, refining these numbers. So it's not just about getting through the song, it's about learning the song and then developing it as you go, trying to make it a little bit better each time you play it. So I hope that you've enjoyed this lesson. I certainly have enjoyed bringing it to you. It's another one to cross off the list of the Unplugged. We've covered a lot of the songs from this album now. There aren't too many to go. So like I say, I hope you enjoy this one. You can do all of this kind of stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing you all very soon with another lesson. In the meantime, you all take care.